Hey guys, this is Stephen Gorbanian here to present my course project, Technology for Teachers. And in my presentation, I'm going to explain what is Technology for Teachers exactly, the reasoning behind Technology for Teachers, a look into the project, some interesting facts I found while working on the project, and then where can I go now with this project. So, what exactly is Technology for Teachers? Well, it's an informative series. It's on a YouTube channel if you type in Technology for Teachers. I'm going to show it to you guys a little later. Currently it has 2 episodes. The first one runs about 5 minutes, the second runs for about 7. It contains online resources and has links to tutorials. The goal is to bring awareness to current technology in the classroom kind of issues. And I put it on YouTube to allow for comments and discussions from other teachers, kind of taking from what we learned from the course, some of the issues, kind of the ones I was really interested in, technology and creativity, and also the one-to-one initiative. I put it out online and kind of showed my knowledge, my experience, and kind of what I learned from it, and I wanted to put it in a nice kind of like package for other teachers to view and become aware of some of the issues. And I kind of explained in my first video kind of the reasoning, which I'll explain later in this presentation. So again, the reason for Technology for Teachers was to kind of show the benefits and the reasoning behind the use of technology. I wanted to show, what's the purpose of technology in the classroom, what the statistics show, and then also easy ways of implementing technology in your classroom, free online resources, and then also showing kind of the tutorials where people can easily just go in and click a link and know how to use it. Well, my experience and learning from the course, everything was pretty much kind of new to me, and I felt, it's weird that it's all new to me because I only graduated in December, and I felt pretty adequate with technology, but I just didn't know that all these different resources were out there, and also the one-to-one initiatives and some of the current issues. So I felt teachers coming out from a kind of technology base that I was brought up in during my undergrad, I felt pretty adequate. But then I started looking at the statistics and saw that a lot of teachers didn't feel comfortable with technology, or some were slowly integrating technology into their lessons. And then some schools just didn't have the funding or didn't have the capabilities to support either a one-to-one classroom or any sort of technology in their student-centered classrooms. And so I wanted to take more of a look into it, and then also go beyond the problem and start looking at ways in which I can start informing other teachers about it, and maybe they can start discussing about it online and on YouTube. And so that's where Technology for Teachers kind of was born. And I also noticed, I went online before I started to begin the project. I wanted to see what's already out there. So there were a lot of teacher to student videos, which is like the Khan Academy, and some other ones with lessons from teacher to student. And so I wanted to get a little practice of that so I can get my hand into it. But then also there weren't a lot of teacher to teacher, where teachers are helping other teachers with their kind of technology kind of information, and also help them with some questions or some issues that are currently going on. I did find some, but a lot of them were not narrated, and I felt I can at least aid in solving kind of these issues, and inform other teachers, so it's not a surprise to them or anything. So right now I'm going to show you guys the how to find the videos, and also show you the prezzies that I've created for each video. And so if you notice, I've already typed in Technology for Teachers in the search box. You don't have to be signed in, and if you want to go to filters, just go to channel, and hopefully it loads. And you're gonna find my channel right here is the second one down. If you go ahead and click on that, I've uploaded my 2 videos, and also upload this presentation to this channel. Creating a channel is fairly easy, and then you can go ahead and click on either video you want to watch. There's only 2 episodes, and in the second one I lead into BYOD kind of classrooms, and that might be the next episode, or if anybody else wants to talk about kind of current issues that are going on with comments on the other ones, that can lead into maybe a 4th or 5th episode. But it's a start. Just trying to get the information out there to other teachers, kind of from what I learned from this course, and then out to other teachers. So I'm gonna take a look and show you guys kind of the presentation that I made. I'm not gonna play the video for you guys. You guys can go and check it out. But basically, I included a purpose, and each video kind of covers kind of the same kind of organization, where I look into the issue, and this issue is technology in a student-centered classroom, and this is really looking at creativity and how technology can help and aid in that creativity for each student. And then I go into why student-centered. So what's the purpose of a student-centered classroom? This is not really technology-based, but it's more about, if you're not already in a student-centered classroom, what are the benefits of a student-centered classroom? And then looking past, like, once you become a student-centered classroom, how can you start integrating technology to help that? And kind of the reasons behind it. And we'll talk about more of the statistics later. And then I looked at what could you see from what's already happening. So some of the kind of current results from technology already being implemented in a student-centered classroom, and how technology can help aid in all types of learning, mostly in a student-centered classroom. Then always on these episodes, I want to start including technology resources. This is primarily because I didn't know about these resources before I began, our course. So I've included, Powtoon, Edmodo, and VoiceThread. Those are because I enjoyed them the most, and I feel like they're the best resources into using it in a student-centered classroom. And then also I felt, teachers might be afraid of, how to use these. So I always want to include like a link to a tutorial, and all these websites come with tutorials on, kind of the first steps of creating either an animation or a Edmodo account or a VoiceThread. And then again, I look into kind of some more ideas, and I discuss briefly kind of the stuff we discuss about connecting globally with other classrooms, project-based learning, online discussions. Just get the information out there that technology helps with creative outlets for students. And then I also like to include, what's to come, what's the next issue we're going to discuss. So let me show you the next episode. Okay, so we just got done viewing the first episode of Technology for Teachers, kind of the layout. And then now we're looking at, episode 2, and where I discussed the one-to-one classroom and kind of my findings and what's currently going on with one-to-one. So again, I try to follow the same kind of organization where, I lay out what's going to be next. What are we going to be discussing this episode? And so I go in and one-to-one. And I don't like talking directly or reading from each and every slide, but just including kind of brief information, get the teachers informed. If they hear one-to-one, if they don't know what it is, well, this is just to get them kind of immersed in kind of the materials or knowledge about the one-to-one and how maybe they should start reacting to it. And then kind of the benefits of a one-to-one classroom. We're trying to implement technology and integrate technology, and so if it's going to happen, we want to look at the positive aspects of it, but also what can you expect. So I've included some statistics that I found kind of interesting, and some of them are kind of obvious that it's going to cost less for textbooks and paper, obviously because you're using kind of devices. And then I also found some ways that if you're kind of already in a one-to-one classroom, like I'm currently in a one-to-one classroom, kind of the things before you start implementing, fully, like what are things to be aware of. And it's kind of the things we discussed in class about online safety, protection, copyright and ethics, and plagiarism. And these can lead into other episodes where it's specifically just about copyright laws or online safety and protection, kind of taking the learning that we learned from this summer's course and placing it into a nice presentation for teachers anywhere searching on YouTube to get some knowledge about a one-to-one classroom. And then I always like to kind of give an option if teachers, right now currently it's a 4-to-1 kind of on average in schools, where 4 devices, or it's only 4 students per device, and so giving them a couple little bit of options of what you can do besides if you're not exactly one-to-one. And then I go into talking about kind of what's currently going on, including Los Angeles, what they just this was only a couple of months ago with their contract, and then including Houston, Las Vegas, Chicago. So a lot of the major cities are starting this push for a one-to-one, and so maybe if you're a teacher in a major city, you can start expecting that kind of push from your school district. Then always on this this series, Technology for Teachers, I like to always include resources, and so kind of the ones we used, and like always, I like to put in tutorials and kind of express to teachers who've already used these kind of online resources to kind of explain their experience and what can you do with it, and maybe some additional resources they want to include in the comment box of this video. And then I always like to include next episode what they can expect, and then I've included resources. So I'm going to go back to the presentation now. Okay, so while researching this project, I kind of wanted to find a purpose. Like, what's the point of doing a Technology for Teachers series? I wanted to see, what's the state of integrating technology with teachers right now currently. So I found some statistics. One of the major ones I found was only 23% of teachers felt prepared to integrate technology in their instruction, and this was from the National Center for Educational Statistics. And I've also found some other statistics where it says the stat is 1,000 high school teachers, information technology staff, and students show that only 8% of teachers fully integrate technology into the classroom environment. On average, a school functions 4-to-1. Like I said, there might be 4 children on one device. 43% of students felt kind of unprepared when entering kind of the career or higher education. They felt technology, their technology skills weren't kind of up to par before they started entering higher education in the workforce. And also employers also signaled and said that technology was kind of the biggest factor for determining whether they get the job or not, their technology skills. And a lot of employers felt that their applicants weren't prepared to use this technology required for the job. I also found statistics that one-to-one programs help with disciplinary issues. More students started being classroom management stopped kind of being an issue, but it also attributed to absentees. One-on-one programs have also been shown to bridge a gap, and this gap is the kind of socioeconomic gap, where kind of the low-income schools, they actually in a one-on-one kind of laptop immersion program, they were found that their technology skills actually helped them kind of meet the same technology skills found in the wealthier schools. So they kind of had the same set of skills. And then again, the one-on-one also helps alleviate the cost of paper, and sometimes you don't want to use that textbooks, but with technology you're able to supply alternative text kind of at your fingertips. So I felt I want to include more about technology. And again, so this kind of concludes, but all my statistics, these are the ones I've included in this presentation. I've also included resources to the ones I use in the videos. So go ahead and check them out. Check out the videos. It'll take about 12 to 13 minutes to watch the videos. Real quick, it just wanted to really make a fun kind of engaging way of getting teachers and informing them about the issues. So that's my project. Go ahead, go check out, go to YouTube and type in Technology for Teachers. It's a channel. Watch 2 episodes. I'm also going to link it to this presentation on Blackboard. So thanks, guys. Have a good school year.